If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fired Up. I'm your host, Dorian Ramos, and my podcast is for everybody. It's about motivating and inspiring you to be your very best, feel amazing, and take complete control of your life. Today, we're going to talk about what to do when you wake up feeling shitty, like I did today. Well, for those of you who are returning, thank you for coming back and supporting my channel. And for those of you who are new, thank you. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe. It greatly helps my channel and the growth of it. Well, today I definitely woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I woke up feeling pretty damn shitty. And that's definitely how you don't want to start your day. And I tell you, that shit lasted for a couple of hours at least, easily a couple hours. And then I was like, man, why do I feel like this? I'm one that when I wake up in the morning, I like to do something that's going to set the tone for the day. And the first thing I do once I wake up is I get my bed ready. And that's one goal already completed. And that makes me feel good. Then I go to the bathroom, wash up, blah, 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 have a cup of coffee, do some reading. Or if I take my kids to school, I take them to school, and then come back and then do some reading. But for today, for some reason, I woke up feeling lousy, and I had to do something about it right quick. How many of you have ever felt like that, woke up feeling shitty, and didn't know why, but just did, despite everything you have? Despite your family, despite your loving family members, despite the day, despite your job, you still woke up feeling crappy. And you're just figuring out, why did I wake up like this? Why do I feel this way? When you have everything working out great, when everything is going the way exactly the way you want it. That's where thinking positive comes into play. And being grateful for everything that you have. And trying to find something that's going to stand out, that's going to give you that happiness, that quick jolt of energy and joy. For me, it's my children. When I think about them and I see their smiles and the joy, that makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy. So I went out, dropped my kids off at school, and then enjoyed the weather. It was a beautiful day out today. The sun was out, very chilly, which is something that I really enjoy, the cold. And then I just completed a couple of my chores. I sat in my car, listened to some nice classical music, and then just started reminiscing on the past, reminiscing on my children, reminiscing on everything that's good, reminiscing and also showing gratitude, which made me feel excited. And then I started to smile. I started smiling a lot, feeling good about myself. Listen, sometimes things in life is going to be out of your control, and there's going to be probably nothing you could do about it. So you have to be rational about it, and you have to be pragmatic. Sometimes it could be an outside force, something that's intangible. And what are you going to do? You're going to let it consume you? You're going to let it dictate your day? Or are you going to take control, come to your senses, and realize that you have the power within to make a change? You have the power within to control the outside. You, your mind, is a weapon. Use it properly. Use it to give you what you want. Turn that negative into a positive. When you start feeling positive and you start feeling good about yourself, good things are going to come. So positive attracts positive. Negative attracts negative. Remember that, okay? Always remember that. People around you can give up some signals, whether it be negative energy, positive energy. You have to remain open-minded. You got to be receptive to the surrounding environment of yours. Sometimes to the point where it's tangible, where you could just touch it, where you could just walk into that room, walk up to that person and just feel that energy, that negative energy. And that's what you definitely want to do, is stay away from. Okay? You don't want to be around anybody who's going to be a leech, who's going to be a vampire, an energy vampire, and suck that blood away from you, suck that energy away from you, so to speak, if you will. And believe me, there are a lot of energy-sucking vampires out there. And the best thing you could do is just keep yourself away from them. Okay? Don't be one of them. And then surround yourself with people who are positive, who are the complete opposite, who are positive and exude that positive energy and just share it and spread it. Because the way you act, okay, it's going to send signals. And those signals people are going to pick up on. And either they're going to be attracted to you or they're not going to be attracted to you. That's why I said earlier, negative attracts negative and positive attracts positive. And let me tell you something, even in your own household, I mean, you might have your wife, your husband, or any relative that may just really get underneath your skin, that may really piss you off, and then guess what? You just set the tone for that day or for that moment. You know what I mean? And you don't want that. You don't want that. And yeah, you love that person and you want to be with them and you want to, you want to make them feel good and uplift them. But guess what? There's only so much that you can do. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense at all. Listen, I'm going to give you some good, wholesome advice. And this is definitely going to help you because this is exactly what I do. You see, my wife at times, she acts pretty grumpy. And she could be very negative. You know what I mean? No matter what I'm doing, she could be negative. And I tell you, that can be extremely annoying. And I'm not going to match her energy. I refuse to. And sometimes she'll try to push my buttons. And there's a couple times that I react. Don't get me wrong, we have a great relationship, and I love her and everything. But she could be negative, though, I could tell you that much. So what I do is this. I don't ignore her. I try to acknowledge her and address her concerns. But when I see it's not going absolutely anywhere, then what I do is this. I would say to her, and this is something that I could give to all you guys out there and gals, this is what you do, and this could pretty much stop it dead in its track. Say, listen, if she starts yelling at you or talking negative to you, say, listen, I'm sorry you feel like that. I'm sorry you feel that way. When you feel better, we could talk about it. Listen, I'm not blowing you off or anything like that, but when you feel better, we'll talk about it, okay? And again, I apologize for the way you're feeling. I'm here for you, and we could discuss this later. Trust me, if you do that, you're going to diffuse the situation easily, and it's going to help you have a peaceful mind. And then it's also going to take that power away from her, and you're not going to have that negative energy at you constantly. And if it does, you know what you need to do, right? The best treatment that you could do besides that is just walk away completely, okay? Go into your man cave. Go into a place of tranquility, quietness. I guess you could say you're home away from home. You know what I mean? And just sit down and just meditate and relax a little bit. And just listen to some nice soft music. And I'm telling you, that is so, so great. It's going to make you feel so wonderful. And nobody can take that away from you because you can do that absolutely anywhere. When I'm telling you anywhere, you can. Sometimes I'll go into my car and I'll just sit down, I'll grab me a nice cup of coffee. And I'll just sit down, listen to music, close my eyes. Of course in a safe place. I don't want to get robbed or anything like that, you know what I mean? And then I feel great, you know what I mean? And then I'll just go upstairs and do what I have to do. You know what I mean? So that's my advice. And like I said, it really works. It really works. But the first one I recommend to you is saying, listen, I'm sorry that you feel this way. We could talk about this later, okay? Again, my apologies. And we'll discuss this later when you're feeling better. All right? Thank you. Because you don't want nobody ruining your day. You honestly don't. You want to feel great all the time. I mean, listen, life is a gift, man. Life is beautiful. I was a first responder at the World Trade Center. I seen a lot of shit down there, you know what I mean? And I was also involved in the first Gulf War conflict, and I seen a lot of shit down there too that you can't get out of your mind. You can't erase it. You can't get rid of it, but it's there, and it's always going to be there. But you know what I do? I replace that shit that I have in my mind with good things, with happiness, with good thoughts, with my family, with love, with God. Because if it wasn't for that, I honestly could tell you, I wouldn't be here because I'd fall into a serious state of depression, and I will not allow that at all. I will not allow that, I am a very positive individual. I am extremely positive. I'm always smiling. I love to give feedback to people. I love to give them advice. I love to motivate them. I love to make them feel good. I love to put smiles on their faces. I love to help resolve their problems, whatever it may be. I love to take the time and dedicate a lot of time to help someone. because I know how it feels. I've been there. I've done that. I know exactly how it feels. And I hate to see people feel like shit. So yeah, I'm always going to be there and I'm always going to help people out and do what I can. But if I can't help myself out, how in the world and how in God's green earth or how in the blue hell am I going to help anybody out? So yeah, first and foremost, it's me. And that's why I'm a very positive individual. And that's why I am the way I am today. And that's why I'll continue doing this podcast because I love it and I love to spread the word and spread the cheer. So I hope you're still here, and you'll be coming back for more. As time goes by, I'm going to get better and better and better. And I'm going to be sharing a lot more. So please, come all. Don't stop knocking on Dorian's door. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful day. Stay healthy. Stay smiling. Love life. God bless you all. And until next time, cheers.